Malo, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I'm here with our race narrators today, Mark Malaki Williams and Jeff Arkoi. Jeff, what kind of weather have we got for this race?
Hey everybody, talofa. It's a hot day out there. Scorcher, I think we're supposed to be hitting 35 degrees today with a humidity of 90%. So, get some cold drinks on, put yourself on ice, and get ready for the big one. Because this is the big race. This is one that a lot of people have been waiting for. So the big man, big must. So our course today, what that that's gonna favor the race and the conditions. We're going outside today, so we're doing how many laps are we doing? We're doing 2 laps of 12 kilometers. So the boys gonna have fun out there. It's gonna be a nice headwind with against the wind, and then it's gonna be hot coming back. All right, I hand you over to our other expert here, Mark. You say something about today and what's gonna happen.
Talofa lava, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast, as Kingy has said, of the final race of the IVF World Distance Champs here in Samoa 2023. It is the V6 Open Men division. The big boys, the big guns, the top dogs are ready to battle out. These guys have been waiting all week for this race, watching everybody else race, and we've got some big names in this lineup. Of course, you can't go past the might of Tahiti. You've also got the Hawaiians in there as well. New Zealand is also here to represent New Caledonia. You can't count them out. We've got some up-and-coming nations as well, like Brazil and Chile. Rapa Nui could also be in for a good day. And of course, the Cook Islanders as well have been preparing well. And of course, our local team, Team Samoa, are also representing. So that's great to see. We are we're waiting a start time of 2 p.m. local here in Samoa. So as Jeff said earlier, grab yourself a drink, put your feet up and relax, get your snacks, because this race is going to be a good one.
Welcoming our visitors from around the world to this live stream. Kaeo, aloha. Antonia from Rapa Nui. Vamos.
Good to see Hehi Wapango, Hemi Wapango wearing many hats, Jeff. He does wear a lot of hats, Jeff. Very talented guy. Shout out to the Cook Islands. Janet Maki there. Saw the Cook Island performance on the culture night the other night. Looking very ripped, the boys are. Shout out also to Team Fiji. Come on, boys. Shot Paddy, Team Rims, whānau, watching from the comfiness of our couch in Aotearoa. Go Aotearoa! Great to see so much support from around the world for our teams here in Samoa.
And in this V6 Open Men's race, we have Cook Islands, Singapore, Wallace and Fortuna, Canada, Rapa Nui, Fiji, Chile, Aotearoa, New Zealand, Samoa, New Caledonia, Germany, Brazil, USA, Australia, Hawaii, and Tahiti. They are completing a 24-kilometer course. That's 2 laps out to the east and around the yellow turning buoy. There'll be a 6-kilometer headwind and about a 5K downwind with a little kilometer sidewind into the harbour, 2 laps. So we've seen, I guess, Jeff and Mark, we've seen some of these earlier races. You can have 2 or 3 crews heading up to that yellow turning buoy. They may be equal with each other, and then they hit that turning buoy, and then the surf has a big impact. What's your prediction, Jeff, for who might be our crews that might excel in the surf today?
Well, usually you had the favorites, the surfers, Tahiti, Hawaii, New Zealand, also Australia, and the Cook Islands there, and the New Caledonians. A lot of those teams, they are well known for their downwind because they do a lot of their races like the Wakaewa and of course all the races from Tahiti. So those will probably most likely be the favorites. But then, like as Mark said earlier, we got those surprise packages that have been performing so well down here, like the Brazilians, Chile. Heard some little talk around earlier in the week that a few of them that stayed behind a little bit longer after Te Aito did some training there with Tahiti. And as we see our man here on the screen, he's rocking it to my commentating, and I better just give it a little Nice work there. Aotearoa, Wakaama, here we go. Oh, my man, yeah, good on ya.
Yeah, I completely agree with Jeff there. You can't go past, obviously, the Tahitians and the Hawaiians. They are the favorites when it comes to especially that downwind leg. And the teams, as we've seen this week, that can surf the best can definitely make up a lot of ground, or even put on a lot of ground on teams that maybe are not so efficient in that surf. So look for Tahiti, look for Hawaii, look for Aotearoa Team New Zealand, and Cook Island boys as well up there in the mix. Brazil, the up and coming, they're a dark horse team. I think they're a team that you've got to keep your eye on, and also the USA team as well is a dark horse package. So, and of course, we just seen the USA women's win the Open Women's very comfortably. So it'll be interesting to see what the USA men's team come up with. Very exciting race nonetheless. Also like to give a big shout out to our local TV station, NUS TV8, who are watching the live stream as well. Great to see those kids and broadcasting students get into the mix. That was the National University of Samoa TV. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate your support. And also a big mahalo and whawhitai to all our sponsors that have generously helped to make this event possible. And great to see all the Let's Push Team Samoa. Exactly. Great to see the local support here for the local team. And it's amazing that these guys get to share the water and share the experience with a lot of these top nations that have come into Samoa to compete. So it's only good things for the local paddling community here to get amongst it. So great to see the local team out there and the support as well. So just repeating that we are expecting a race start at 2 p.m. local time here. So in roughly 11 minutes or so. Big shout out to all our viewers and all our people joining in from around the world. Singapore, great to see you guys supporting the live stream and watching the action here. Uruguay as well in the place. Wow. Also in Japan as well. Samoan support all the way from Osaka, Japan. So we are truly global team. Amazing that our pictures are appreciated from all the corners of the globe. Our supporters there waiting for the action to unfold. Jeff, just a question. You know, you've done many races like this in your paddling career. You know, what are the nerves like at the moment for these guys as they prepare to race?
Well, I know I saw the New Zealand boys earlier this morning. They were pretty relaxed. They were just chilling out in their room. And I also saw the Tahiti boys, the Telefit guys. They were pretty cruisy. They were pretty calm, looked pretty calm. So was the Cook Island boys. They're just cruising. They're going with the flow basically. And but in saying that, there'll be a lot of nerves floating around because they're all been looking forward to this, and this is the World Championship, and it's only happens every 2 years, so there'll be a lot of nerves out there, and same time they're all ready to go.
Yeah, and just as Jeff has said that, they are starting to head out to the start line. So nerves will be definitely on the up. The heart rate will be on the up as well as they head out to that start line. Looks like conditions-wise, it looks like the wind has picked up since this morning's race for the Master 40 women. So it definitely makes things interesting in terms of that surf leg coming back. So the upwind leg is going to be very interesting, but the downwind leg itself is going to be very, very important if whoever wants to win this race. There's Tahiti there as they are choosing to go on the right-hand side of the course by the looks of it. And so these boats here, they would have predetermined what side of the course they're going to be starting on. So you see some crews heading up towards the right.
Yeah, here's a message, Your Honor, to Jean Guy Million. Sending out his good luck to everyone. And yes, we see you. And here on the screen here, we got the local Samoan boys looking relaxed. But I suppose, like everyone else, looks could be deceiving. Like, if it was me out there, I'll be, what's the word? Something bricks. Yeah.
Looks canoe 14 there, Australia. Team Samoa and canoe 9 also lining up. And this is a very important part of the race. Picking which side of the course you start on. And then trying to get away as clean as you possibly can. And then on your screen now, on this beautiful drone shot here, you've got a few canoes there, all trying to get beside that yellow marker there to stay away from the current, and also to have the shortest possible line getting up to the red turning pole. We are seconds away from race start by the looks of it. Team Tahiti there looking very focused. Aotearoa New Zealand there, just a few canoe lengths over. We do have a big start line, but you know, some of these guys are trying to start as close as possible, and we've all seen that if you get too close, there is the chance that they could crash, and that is the last thing you want for the start of a race. But as Kingy mentioned earlier in the broadcast, these guys are like raging bulls. They don't want to give anything away, and they're off. We've got a race start. The V6 Open Men's Race, 24 kilometers, World Championship. And it looks like a clean start from Team Aotearoa, New Zealand. And just to their left, Tahiti. They are neck and neck at the start. This shot here shows Aotearoa there in the white shirts and Tahiti in the red. Team Samoa there, by the looks of it, also got a great start. But of course, this is only the start. This is a very long race to go, but the start is a crucial part of it. It looks like everybody got away clean. And it looks like the usual suspects that we discussed earlier on. Tahiti taking a nice early lead there by half a canoe by the looks of it. Aotearoa not too far behind. And the boat wake there that's coming off the front boats are causing some disturbance in the water. And this is where the skill of the steersman comes in, and also the crew. Because if they can take advantage of it, they will get in front. Oh, there's some close to a crash there. Some collisions by the looks of it. Oh, and it happens again. And that's the danger there if canoes are too bunched together and there's waves coming from all over the place. This is the danger. But it looks like the front runners have got away clean. And the chasing pack there just trying to sort themselves out. A few canoes there got tangled up. I'm not sure who they were. But Aotearoa and Tahiti are leading the pack at the moment. Here's Team Tahiti. They're looking very strong indeed. Followed close there by Team New Zealand. Aotearoa steered there by Manutia Mion. Rapa Nui also there up in the mix as well. New Caledonia as well. What a beautiful sight seeing all these canoes here in a beautiful Samoa 2023. This is the big boys. This is what it's all about. This is what these guys have been waiting for all week. The final race of the IVF Distance World Championship 2023. Who will take it out? Who will emerge victorious? Tahiti there holding a constant pace and they're in the lead at the moment. Jeff, what do you think is the plan now for if you were in the lead?
I think with these guys, I mean, especially with these two crews, I think they'll probably just try and settle in, but probably not yet. But soon they're probably just going to settle in and get a nice rhythm going. I don't think they'll want to burn themselves out. It's a long race, and we're only 3 minutes into the race, so they'll most likely want to conserve some energy going upwind, and then and then they'll hammer hard. They're gonna hammer hard on the surf, but it's good to see that there was a little bit of mishap there, just in the corner there, as we got all the teams just trying to aim for their little corner. But now it's looking like everyone's just slowly starting to set into their rhythms and see how they go. And then here on the screen here, Hawaii and USA on the outside look like they're just I think they were part of the teams that were caught up in the little collision there. But they're just slowly starting to settle in and then do the job. And then Chile is just ahead of them, and I would say that would be Team Cook Island, and the green machines just behind them. And then here we have Fiji, Pula Fiji with Aotearoa.
So at the moment, it's the mighty Tahitians in the lead, looking very strong indeed as they head up into the upwind leg. And in second place, in canoe number 8, is Aotearoa, New Zealand. And just to their left there in canoe number 5 is Rapa Nui. The Rapa Nui up in the mix. Easter Islands represent.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy from Chile yesterday, and he said.
Some fantastic shots here of the battle as it unfolds in the ocean there. Tahiti relentless in their pace at the moment. Look at that synchronicity and that timing. It is perfect. Aotearoa, New Zealand is not too far behind. They're only a canoe length behind there, and in third place at the moment with a really strong start is Rapa Nui. So as we've been talking about all week, there are teams here who have really stepped up, and great to see Rapa Nui in the mix as well. Tahiti looks like they are on a mission. They are moving. Looks like Team Hawaii there as well in the mix, leading that chasing pack at the moment. Beautiful shots of our cameras up there. Big shout out to our camera crews providing this amazing footage for our viewers from around the world. But just have a look at this Tahitian team here, and as we pan across to Aotearoa, New Zealand, I mean, these guys are no slouches also. And it looks like they're coming up. They're coming up on Tahiti, led by their captain coach there in the front, Tupuria King. And in C2 there, Casey Nataki as well. So it's blow for blow. Tahiti again. Oh, they've just gone over one big wave there. Who comes out on top? It's neck and neck. This is exactly what you would expect at a World Championship event. The last race, the big boys, no one given an inch. Manu Te Mea on there, steering this Aotearoa crew. But Tahiti responds. They respond right back to this attack from New Zealand. This is an amazing battle. Look at these pictures we have here. Now, you can see the conditions have definitely picked up from this morning. There's a lot more ocean, there's a lot more water, there's a lot more wind. So this is what these guys have to contend with as Tahiti takes on a big wave there. Rapa Nui still in the mix, they're still holding that third place. Great start from Rapa Nui. And the chasing pack itself is also in the mix as well. So, oh, here we go. Aotearoa, New Zealand has managed to pull ahead of Tahiti just on this upwind leg here. Just when we were giving props to Tahiti, it looks like Aotearoa has, broken paddle. Oh, they had an issue there on that Tahitian boat. It looks like one of the whahoro or the seat one may have lost his paddle. But that's okay. They've got spare paddles in that canoe, which is part of the safety features that you have to take on. So that's good. So let's see how Tahiti responds to that. But at the moment, New Zealand has taken full advantage of it, and they've got a canoe and a half on Tahiti.
Okay, can we draw it back to
Jeff? What are your thoughts so far on the Aotearoa start?
Yeah, oh man, this some race is exciting. New Zealand looking like they're looking strong there, which is pretty good because a couple of their guys just flew in last night, Casey and Simon. But as we saw earlier, the Tahitian, how you say, the stroke or whahoro, either he broke his paddle or he dropped his paddle. But Rapa Nui is looking strong there also. As they're going up, you can see the conditions are getting bigger. They're just, I think the C1s are just getting pounded. But the timing of the Tahitian crew, their timing is fantastic. They're doing great, and they lost about a boat length when they had an issue, and they made that back up, like right up.
This looks like our Cook Island brothers here. Kia ora. Great to see. and Team Hawaii there battling. And this isn't easy by any stretch. Look at that. Their seat ones are getting dunked every time they're getting smashed. Oh. Hawaii. And this is Brazil, Team Brazil and Hawaii battling. Cook Islands just on the right-hand side there. The Cook Islands in the mix. This is Chile. Amazing performance from this nation at these World Championships. But as we pan back to the chasing pack here, we've got Brazil here, closest to the camera. Just to their right is Team Hawaii. Team USA in the blue there, just in the background. And Kia ora, Cook Islands on that far side. Amazing start by those boys. Shout out to all our viewers here, our local viewers in Samoa. As we go back to the race course here to see just how tough these conditions are for these warriors of the ocean. So this is the chasing pack here. And as we cross back into the front of the race, we've got a lead change again. So Tahiti has recovered from that little mishap they had with their paddle, and they've pulled up level and passed Team Aotearoa, New Zealand. So amazing scenes as we see Aotearoa as well come back. These guys are not letting go. Oh, just as I say that, Tupuria King takes a big bunch of water to the chest. New Zealand looks like they've gone into bail. Seat 5 looks like he's bailing. And Tahiti are taking full advantage of that. And they're pulling ahead. So they must have taken on quite a bit of water. Aotearoa Team New Zealand have taken on quite a bit of water if they need to bail. This is actually quite early into the race, so they must have taken on a significant amount, but as we say that, Tahiti pulls away to another half a canoe length. Jeff, I have a question. So with these teams paddling upwind, what is the strategy for combating that type of conditions?
As we saw in the Masters 40s, well, you know a little bit more than me on that one. You guys were flying upwind, so just similar to what the Tahitians and the New Zealand guys are doing. I would say just keep staying relaxed and stuff, and I guess enjoy that little bit of wind and a little bit of water that's getting splashed on them, because once they turn around, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be real hot. And then when you have surfing teams behind you, like Hawaii, Cook Islands, Brazil, and that, it's gonna be very hot. All right, here on we got the Tahiti team, Talifit maybe. They're looking good. They got a nice smooth stroke going on there, and the boys just look calm. They're not panicking, just having a drink there, and just they're doing their thing, and as they've been doing since the race has started, Aotearoa is coming back, so they've got their 6-cylinder back in. So as how do you say in Tahiti, is neck to neck.
Jeff, so as these canoes are getting smashed by the waves and C1's getting up and down, it takes on quite a bit of water. How important is it for these guys to get that water out?
Well, I mean, it's very important. A lot of team misjudged the bailing with the upwind and that. A lot of times they panic and they don't want to lose grounds and stuff. But a lot of times you'll rather lose a canoe length or 2 canoe lengths in bailing to make up 4 canoe lengths. So, you know, it just so a lot of teams have a different strategy. But ones that I talk to a lot, that's the thing that they go with. It's better to lose a couple of boat lengths and get the canoe light to gain 4 or 5.
Great insight there from our expert Jeff Akui on the importance of bailing. And look, so it looks like Team New Zealand has managed to get some of that water out earlier to come back to Tahiti. Going over to Paul.
So we're up the front here with Tahiti and New Zealand. We're watching them. Here we have seat 3 having a bail. New Zealand had a bail just earlier and Tahiti got ahead, and now we have Tahiti bailing. And New Zealand will more than likely take the lead over here. This is a battle of who can bail the best at the moment. It's really rough conditions out here. I'm looking forward to the downwind leg. But yeah, it's going to be who has the least amount of water in their canoe, I think.
Great, thanks, Paul. Great insight there from Paul on the conditions and how tough it is. And at this stage, both of these teams have been bailing, trying to get their water. And New Zealand is also bailing again, as you can see there in seat 5, Simon Wolfgram is working hard to get that boat dry. Team Hawaii, they're looking very strong. So it'll be interesting to see where their position is, because last time it was Rapa Nui who was in 3rd place, and it looks like they are moving up. Great to see the Hawaiians. Of course, they are renowned for just how strong they are, and also renowned for their down ability. So it'll be interesting to see how much ground they make up in that downwind leg, Jeff.
Yeah, Hawaiians are looking comfortable. You know, they're great surfers. And over here is that Rapa Nui. They're looking strong. So there's a battle within a battle. There's battle for 1 and 2. There's battle for 3 and 4 and 5. This is Cook Island now bailing, by the looks of it. And they were looking strong earlier in the race. So I suppose it's just going to be separated once we get up to the surf league. Whoever makes that move first, going to be good.
Back to the front of the race, and Tahiti and Aotearoa, New Zealand, are neck to neck, and we expected nothing less. This is the World Championships, and these two teams are World Championship caliber. Big shout out to Bora Bora, Team Talifit, all the way from Tahiti, representing for French Polynesia. Great to see them here. They are starting to put a gap on the rest of the field. So at this stage, Tahiti and New Zealand battling for 1st and 2nd. And then 3rd and 4th, it looks like Rapa Nui with Hawaii quickly moving up as well. So this is turning out to be exactly what we expected. Very competitive racing in competitive conditions. This is the Cook Islands, Team Cook Islands here putting on a good showing as well. As we cut back to Tahiti, looks like they're also making them push.
All right, just apologies to some of those countries that we're not talking about. We're just we're going with what's on the screen there, but everybody's doing well. Everybody, there's no mishaps. They're all still there. They're all fighting. Whatever comes on screen, we just commentate and we just call it good luck to everyone and awesome support from all the paddling community and also to the Samoan University TV that being a big supporter. And yes, try and be patient with us people. Like we're just calling it as we see it.
Fantastic footage here of Rapa Nui. They are holding strong. They're holding strong in third place at the moment behind Tahiti, New Zealand, and here close on their heels looks like Team Hawaii. Of course, these guys were going to be very dangerous on the Downwind League, as is the front runners as well. The conditions, Samoa has really turned on the conditions for this final race. Very challenging conditions, but it's nothing that these guys can't handle. These are the top dogs. This is the creme de la creme of the sport.
I want to see how good Tahiti's doing.
And back to the action. Looks like Tahiti there has put on a little bit of a lead on Aotearoa, Team New Zealand. Of course, there's plenty more racing to go, but Team Tahiti are looking very strong, and I believe in that crew there is a very good junior paddler, former world sprint champion Te Anawai Pahuiri. So they've got some caliber in that canoe. Bora Bora represent. Great to see.
Okay, going live. Okay, here we are with Tahiti. New Zealand is about a canoe length behind. We have about 1 kilometer to go to the turn buoy. Tahiti is on the inside. That's the advantage for the turn. But it's only one buoy at the end now, so it's a sharp turn. It's going to be hard, and then we're going to be surfing all the way down to the green marker. We're going to see who's the best surfer in this race. It is really hard for us to move around because of these conditions, so we can't really drift back to the backside and then make our way up. I just see New Zealand bailing again. They're going to drop back a little bit more.
Fantastic, Paul. Thank you for that. We appreciate the work in tough conditions up there, Paul. But as we see our crews here all on the water, just great to see and just inspiring. All these strong men up there doing their thing, representing their countries. So, Jeff, just another thing on these sorts of conditions. Obviously, how important then is having skirts for canoes?
Oh man, well I know for a fact that if those skirts went on there, there'll be free bailing instead of one person. You know, it's really important. Just hope that the boys stay on top of making sure that their sips are right up there and they're uptight, quite high up in the body, because a lot of the time when the canoe it pushes it down and then the water gets in pretty easy.
Thank you, Barry. Barry there watching all the way from New Zealand. He also is a stand-up comedian in his spare time. As we cross back to Tahiti, they are looking strong, and just look at the precision of their strokes. The timing is impeccable, which is important, especially for these sorts of conditions. Jeff, what happens if, say, a crew is the timing is out?
Oh man. Well, it just I suppose it affects the run of the dynamics of the run. You know, it's like I suppose it's all be like the same as a car. If there's this, if it's a V6 or V8, if one cylinder's out, it's just oh man. We over here we got Chile and USA, I think. Oh. Yes, it's Hawaii and Brazil. Okay, they're just smashing it out there. This is the battle for fourth.
It's amazing to see these nations like Rapa Nui and Brazil up there in the mix, because, you know, we're used to seeing the usual countries up there with Tahiti, New Zealand, Hawaii, but to see these other nations come up as well is truly inspiring. And I love seeing that because it just shows the growth of the sport around the world. So well done, Brazil. But in saying that, Hawaii are not gonna give up fourth place just like that. Hawaii looking very strong, and we talk about timing and precision. Big reach, making sure that they get that blade into the water, even though that they're up in the air at times with the conditions. And every stroke counts at this particular point. So Hawaii, they're looking very smooth. And I would say they are pulling a little bit away from our team from Brazil. Meanwhile, at the front of the race, there has not been a change. Tahiti are still powering away. They shouldn't be too far away from the turn, and it looks like Aotearoa is maybe a couple of canoe lengths behind at this point. There is still a lot of racing to do, but it seems like Tahiti are dealing with these conditions just a little bit better at this stage.
I tell you, people, if you're out and about, you don't want to miss this part coming up. You're going to watch the surfing skills of these guys, especially these guys from Tahiti. We know how they surf. And then we got Hawaii. There should be some more interesting things coming up. Like, get close to the screen because this is going to be a scorcher.
You are enjoying the IVF World Distance Championships 2023. This is the final race of the tournament, the Open Men's V6. And Tahiti have reached the top turn first. So now they're going to do a 180-degree turn to start the surf leg. This is where it gets interesting. This is where the teams with the most skill are going to put on the most ground. So look for Tahiti, look for New Zealand, look for Hawaii. New Zealand, they have just rounded the turn marker, so
Okay, going live. Going live. Here we have Tahiti. We have my model in stroke. What I noticed was Tahiti's stroke rate was a lot faster going into the wind. It was almost twice as fast as New Zealand as they pulled away. Now they've both turned the corner. Tahiti has about almost a 100-meter lead over them. They're going to barrel this water out and then they're going to just accelerate. This is going to be great fun to see who catches these waves the best.
Awesome, Paul. Thank you for that. Tahiti there having a quick bail as they get onto a wave. So you'll see these guys get onto a wave, and as soon as they're on a wave, you'll see them do a quick bail. That way they're not losing any boat speed during the bailing procedure. And just as Paul was saying there, the Tahitian stroke rate is a little faster than what the New Zealanders are doing. So interesting to see the different stroke rates going into the wind between all the different teams. Here we see Chile, Team Chile and Team Cook Islands rounding the board together. Great to see them. They're respecting the rules of that turn buoy. Looks like Chile they're getting some bailing in there while the canoe's at a standstill. Now it's going to be a drag race to see who can surf the best. Here's a great shot of Team New Zealand here. Tupuria King in seat 1, Casey Nataki in 2, Tere Moana Tere in 3, Narada Buri in 4. We also got Simon Wolfgram there at seat 5 and Manutea Mion, who is the steer. It looks like there was some taped residue there, so it'll be interesting to get back once we get some pictures of that. But here's Team Chile also in the mix as well. Great to see them up there. Shout out to Kekua Nolan, another legend from Hawaii. Shout out to all the Red Bull boys watching from Hawaii. Our thoughts with our Maui Ohana as well. As we pan back into our racing, it looks like the Cookies have taken a slight lead over Chile, and it looks like the experience living by the Pacific Ocean is paying off for our Cook Islands boys. Great. So, oh, look, Chile's on a nice wave there. And that one wave, they managed to pull up to the Cook Islands. And look, this is how important it is to take advantage of these waves. And the teams who can do it the best can make so much ground. And Chile there, oh, here they go. They're pushing for another one. So on your screen, Chile against the Cook Islands. Oh my God, I apologize. That looks like the USA. This is a great battle unfolding here between these two crews.
Woohoo! Oh my God, this is like pedaling heaven. Like I said, guys, if you're not watching this, you got to come down. Here's some skills from Chile.
Coming back to Team New Zealand here as they also try and get a wave as well. Working hard out there to try and jump on the wave itself. Here they go. Nice and long strokes from Tupuria King. So interesting to see the difference in stroke rates between these two nations. Jeff, I see the Kiwis are more of a longer, stronger stroke, whereas the Tahitians are a little bit quicker in their approach.
Yeah, it's still a tough paddle, but in some sort of sense, you can sort of see like the Tahitians are probably like a little bit smaller, so they go with a little bit higher rate in their surfing and stuff. And as we got the Kiwi boys, they're a lot bigger in stature, so a little bit heavier. So they, I would say that's why Tupu would be setting his boys up and stuff like that. But Tupu's experience, he's raced around the world and that, and man, and Tupu can go like this all day, you know. And I mean, so do the Tahiti boys, but this is awesome. It's hard to try and continue. Oh, this we said there.
This looks like a New Caledonia. So this was one of the other teams that we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Very experienced team as well. And they are showing their class on this surf leg. So Nouvelle Caledonie also showing some good skills on this surf. Be interesting to see how far back they are from this team here in the green, which is Brazil. So Team Brazil up there in the mix. Beautiful surfing from these teams. Yes, Tahiti is doing very well in the lead at the moment, but we are looking at pictures of, oh, here they are. As soon as they're on a wave, they've got their rocking motion on just to keep the momentum, save as much energy as possible, doing just enough to stay on the wave. There they go. As soon as they're on, oh, that's beautiful. Great precision paddling here from the boys from Tahiti. Tally Fit represent. Here they go. They're pushing again. 1, 2, 3, and they're on. Well done. And again, they're just effortless surfing. And you see the three bail every time they're on the wave. So they're just trying to milk as much speed off the wave, then they bail so that they don't have to do it when the canoe is at a standstill. This is Brazil also up in seat 3 is also bailing as well. So as Jeff was saying earlier, it's very important to keep the canoe dry. So it's how important is that tactic, Jeff? And how would you approach the bailing situation?
Oh man, I'll probably do exactly the same. I mean, I like to keep like the canoe dry, get as much of the weight out as possible. As the Fury goes, if the water in the canoe is up to your ankles, then you know there's close to about 100 kgs in the canoe, so you're basically carrying an extra person. And when it's moving back and forward like that, it'll be just ruining the run of the canoe.
It looks like Brazil is getting very close to Rapa Nui. And this is what we were talking about, skill on this and make so much ground without spending too much energy. Great battle unfolding here between Rapa Nui and Brazil. Brazil on the wave, and they pulled right up next to the boys from Rapa Nui.
Another one coming.
Great skill shown there by these guys. This is the battle for third place. We are seeing the battle for third place unfold. Rapa Nui currently in third, but Brazil are right there. Fantastic pictures here from our media team out there. Blessed that we're able to enjoy this at the IVF World Championships here in Samoa. Beautiful Samoa 2023. Rapa Nui, though, are not letting go of this third place. Jeff, it looks like the conditions there have dropped a little bit with the wind. What are you seeing?
And I'm just seeing love bubbles, and just watching these guys just doing their thing on the surf. But yeah, it's quite deceiving sometimes. A lot of the times when it looks smaller there, but when they're actually going against it, oh, here comes Chile now. So Chile's just making a move. So this is where all the surfing guys are putting their skills to the test.
Brazil there just got on a beautiful wave, and they've almost surfed up level with the boys from Rapa Nui. This is a big tussle for third place here between Rapa Nui, Brazil, and also closing in fast there is Chile. South America represent. Not only can they play football, man, they can paddle as well. And we're seeing Brazil here slowly, ever so slowly inching into third place. Beautiful pictures of a beautiful tussle here. Chile getting into the mix. Oh, meanwhile, big change in the lead. Aotearoa have had a great surf leg and have managed to surf past Tahiti. So once again, there's been a lead change. Aotearoa, New Zealand, has managed to pull away. They look like they've got a couple of canoe lengths. So they must have put together a couple of good waves there. And just as 1 and 2 are battling, 3, 4, and 5 also. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Team Brazil, Team Chile. Team Chile has come from 5th and they are now in 3rd. Who knew? Who knew Chile could surf? How awesome is this, Jeff?
Oh man, this is great. This is great action from these guys. Oh my God. And just as we said that, Rapa Nui just got one and then Chile. But we shouldn't be all surprised because Chile has been like the dark horse of these competitions. So Chile and Brazil. But I know for a fact, like these teams, especially up the front, from the boys when paddling, will be absolutely cracking the rip, man. Oh, and yeah, just Tahiti. There we go. Have a razza. Have a razza. There you go.
And just as we cross there, Tahiti are not lying down. And here they go again. They're on the wave. And once again, there's a lead change. This is how quick it changes, folks. This is how quick it changes. You miss a wave, you fall back. You gain 2 waves, you fall front. And at the moment, Tahiti have regained the lead. But of course, as we've seen, this race is far from over. And as we cut back to the chasing bunch here, looks like Brazil has passing Rapa Nui. So Rapa Nui having a tough time a little bit in the surf to stay with these South American teams. But of course, here's Brazil again as they try and set up another wave. Fantastic conditions and fantastic skill they've shown by these crews.
Yep, great skills. As we said before, these are the best of the best from each of these representative islands. It's fantastic. I mean, if you just started paddling, or if you're not watching this, this is where you'll learn a thing or two.
Going live. Okay, here we are with Tahiti and New Zealand. They're going wave for wave at the moment. And this Bora Bora team, I know they did an 8-hour race a couple of weeks ago. I know they can go all day. It's going to be great to see who can take this one out. And just a little bit of information, we are pretty sure that Hawaii is in third place. They're about 300 meters behind New Zealand.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for that. We look to Tahiti now as they jump on another wave and continue to surf away from Aotearoa Team New Zealand. But as we've seen, a lot can happen in the space of 2 minutes. So, and it really comes down to who makes the least amount of mistakes and who takes the advantage of the waves the best. Here's Tahiti there pushing again to get on a wave. They've rounded the green marker. So Tahiti gets to the green marker first. They now head down to the start line. And Chile here absolutely killing it on the surf. And we've had an update in our positions as well from Paul. We've got Hawaii in third, he believes, and Chile in fourth. So there is still so much up for grabs at this stage. These crews are 1 or 2 waves away from each other. This is Team Hawaii we're looking here, and they've rounded the green pole as well. And this is what we've been talking about earlier. Hawaii, if there's one thing these boys know, is surf. Chile here holding 4th place at the moment. So they're hot on the heels of Hawaii as well. So at this stage, we've got Tahiti in 1, Aotearoa in 2, as Hawaii in 3, Chile 4. So the men's crews are heading down to complete the first lap. And we see pictures here of Team Chile absolutely slaying this surf leg. Chile now approaching the green pole there, which marks the last home leg. They head down, turn around the yellow buoys in which they started, and head back up to the top. Here's Team New Caledonia also rounding the mark. So this is a great shot showing our leader here, Tahiti, followed by Aotearoa, Hawaii. And as the rest of our crews come around the mark, they are all still very close to each other. So this shows the caliber of these guys. So as these teams, as all our teams come down to the bottom marker, they are going to round a couple yellow buoys, and then they return to do the second and last lap. And as we mentioned, that it looks like Hawaii could be sneaking up on Team Aotearoa New Zealand. So they've made up an incredible amount of distance in that surf leg to be within touch of the front two. How with these different water conditions, Jeff, how does this change your approach for stroke rates and things like that?
Yeah, it looks like they got like just coming inside the harbour there. There's it's really strong side wind chop, so their groundswell is just outside. So Tahiti's still got like a high rate going there.
More of our teams rounding that green marker back up to the front of our race course. Definitely different water conditions here, where it's a little bit flatter, but there is a bit of a side chop happening here, so it's still a bit tricky, but obviously very different to the surf leg that they've just come from. So interesting to see how these teams adapt and change their stroke rates and their technique and their approach. But at the moment, Tahiti's looking very strong. It looks like, just from these pictures here, amazing pictures from our drone here, it looks like Hawaii is slowly inching up closer to Aotearoa Team New Zealand, and there's about a three, four boat canoe length to Tahiti. So Hawaii has really turned up the volume. And remember, there is still one more lap to go, and there's still a lot more surfing to go. So very interesting. This race is far from over. Do not count the Hawaiians out. Our big apologies. Yes, that is some of these shirt colors are very similar, and we've got a small monitor here in our little studio. So we are doing our best, and apologies if we do make mistakes, but we will rectify them as soon as we know. Thank you for that. Here's our leaders here, looking very fresh and very strong. Tahiti. And behind them, Aotearoa there in second place, but Hawaii is closing in fast. Look at that reach and stroke length from Hawaii. Very strong. Full blade in the front, and it just looks like they're gliding through. Team Aotearoa New Zealand there. Looking very smooth indeed, looking very strong. Team Tahiti in the lead. Rounding the yellow marker in first place. They have led at the top marker. They have led at the green marker. And now they are leading here at the bottom yellow. So They are definitely setting the pace. Team Aotearoa New Zealand is not too far behind, and just behind them is Team Hawaii. New Caledonia is also not far behind. We apologize. We're recording it was Chile, but it was actually New Caledonia. So I know I need a Vailima that will clear it all up. So Jeff, with flat water conditions like this, how important is it to refocus and to get the guys back to some sort of rhythm?
Yeah. Well, these guys, especially going up the second league, some will probably be trying to conserve. Okay, here we go.
There's something happening here. I think what Hawaii's trying to do here is they're trying to get on that inside, which means that Team New Zealand has to give way, which is great tactical nous here from the Hawaiian steerman. They know that New Zealand cannot impede them, and for that move, they move into second. Brilliant tactician here tactics from the Hawaiian steersman. Team Hawaii move into second place, and Aotearoa, which had to give way, has slipped back into third. But again, it's still a long way to go, but that was a great move there by Team Hawaii. How will Team New Zealand respond, do you think, Jeff?
I think with the boys, they just got to stay calm. Because we got this upwind, and we know that these guys are, they're pretty strong upwind. But in saying that, the Team Hawaii, they're looking strong with their long, and don't forget they are paddling for more than just for this race. They got, they're thinking of their people back at home, and all the. And here we go. So this is New Caledonia, not Chile. Sorry about that, guys. So if anyone's near where we're speaking, can you bring us some cold water? Because it's getting really hot in here, and we're seeing different things. We're seeing doubles. We're seeing different kind of red. We're seeing different kind of black, and we're seeing different kind of greens.
Thank you, Jeff. I am definitely seeing things. This race is just this is too much happening in this race. Playing with my emotions. So as we see these the few of our tail enders here rounding the mark, or mid teams. So this is also part of the race as well. Respecting the race rules and also going around the buoys, and there's so much tactics that happens in this race, AJ. Just as Jeff has popped up for a sec, Brazil and Rapa Nui are coming into the turn. Now, interesting to see what the Brazilian steerer does here, whether they push up on the inside of the Rapa Nui team. Will we see a repeat of what happened with Aotearoa and Hawaii? Looks like they're in the clear, so that's great. Nice clean turns from both of these teams. A nice battle emerging here between the Cook Islands by the looks, and also Team USA. Beautiful shot there. There's Will Ruckenstein there, another paddling legend from those ways. And this is Team Hawaii. And Aotearoa also in the mix. And we've seen Team Hawaii take second place at the moment from that move they did at that bottom turn. And here's our brothers from Chile. Fantastic. We've had a great they've had a great tournament so far, Jeff, this team, this country.
Chile has definitely put it on these competitions. Like, not only their teams are doing well, their individual paddlers have done so well.
Aussie, Australia in the house as well. They are battling with our brothers from Canada in canoe number 4. So Canada also doing well to stay with the Australians. Australians are a very proud ocean nation as well. So great to see them here in Samoa representing. Nice timing and flow there by the Canadians. Great drone shots showing all our crews as they round this bottom yellow marker. This is Wallace and Fortuna. Bonjour, Wallace and Fortuna. Well done, guys. Wallace and Fortuna also a very proud paddling nation. Great to see them represent here. They're always at the IVF event, so beautiful paddling, guys. And I believe this is the locals here. Big hand for Team Samoa as they come in to complete their first slab. Pamalosi Usos. Great to see the local guys here get amongst it. You know, this is only going to be good for the local paddling community to see, you know, just where the level is at. And this is only going to get our youngsters excited here in Samoa. You reckon, Jeff?
Yeah, definitely. The boys, I mean, they've been excited all week, and you know, it's been a little bit hard, not making excuses for them, but they've been helping out with helping the visitors out and stuff like that. And but they've been talking it up, how excited they are that they want to carry it on like strong after this. They're already focusing on the Pacific Games coming up and over in Solomon Islands. And just want another mention for the Canadians and some of these. They're doing well, like Singapore as well. They a lot of them do their paddling in lakes. And at this stage, I hear stories that some of the lakes have frozen over, and it's hard for them to train. And just on the outside of these guys, we got Team Fiji, Pula, Vinaga. Look like this is cruising, just saving themselves for the next surf league.
For Ty Jeff, yes, that's right. From what I know, that a lot of the Team Samoa guys and girls have been helping out with the event as well. So not only have they been having to prepare themselves for the race, they've had to set up the race. So a big whamalo to all of Team Samoa who've made this event such a success and amazing tournament that it's been. And just one of our crews here finishing off their leg as well. And as you can see, this is no easy feat. Huge respect to everybody who's up there on the water today representing their nations. Wonderful, wonderful to see. Here we are back up to the race course. It looks like Rapa Nui and Brazil are continuing on their little battle. Brazil has a little edge on Rapa Nui, but Rapa Nui also is an emerging nation. They've got some good paddlers coming from that nation as well. So this is the second leg, the second and final leg of the 24-kilometer V6 Open Men's Race, the final race of the IVF Distance Championships here in Samoa.
Just a little bit, we got a little bit of gap when watching this this battle going on between Brazil and Rapa Nui. I want to give a shout out to Jasmine and Tui. They got their little screen going on there, and they're, by the looks of things, they're just about to hongi either the wailima or their phone. So shout out, girls, and thank you for the support to everyone out there.
Back to the front of our race. Tahiti still looking very strong. Their stroke rate is quicker than what I've seen from the New Zealand guys and also the Hawaiians. It'll be interesting to see the differences in how they approach this upwind leg. As you can see there, they really attack the front of that stroke. And as every time they jump over a wave, feels like they push just towards the end of it also. And it looks like Tahiti could be pulling away as well from second and third. So it looks like Tahiti in one is a little bit of a gap. Then Hawaii and Team Aotearoa New Zealand. Look at that, Jeff. Look at that precision and that just that timing. Just
Well, if we could talk a little bit about the ambiance inside the cruise, what some of the steerers, the captains may be calling at this part of the race. If you're on the front, or if you're second or third and there's crews crunching up on you, what's the kind of cordial, what are people saying?
Oh man, I think what they'll be saying at the moment can't be aired, but man, they'll be absolutely screaming. I mean, it's just a game of, at the moment, it's just a game of inches. I mean, it's just gonna take a little mistake, and then and that'll could be the difference between winning or losing a race. So, but just watching these guys here, Hawaii is looking strong. I mean, they've made up so much ground, and that battle between them and Aotearoa, and then it could be either sneaking up to Tahiti again now, but Tahiti's looking strong. They got the nice rhythm on, and Hawaii here is just, they're looking smooth. They're looking controlled, and Mark, what do you reckon?
Great insight there, Jeff, and great question, Kingy. I think if I was in Team Hawaii right now, I will not be changing anything, because it feels like if I was in that crew and I've just passed Team New Zealand and I'm getting close to Tahiti, it must be working. So if I was the team captain there, it'll just be business as usual, boys. Whatever's working is working. It's exactly the same as Team Tahiti at the moment. So right now, I believe probably Aotearoa Team New Zealand, they're probably thinking about what they need to do to get back up there. And it's a very, I would feel it's a very stressful place to be in right now. So, but for teams like Hawaii, as they're pulling away, like, look how effortless that looks. So at the moment, Team Hawaii are just cruising.
Okay, going live soon. Here we are with Hawaii. They are now in second place. They got about 50 odd meters ahead of New Zealand, but they are gaining on Tahiti. They're having a great section here. And I must point out that they did have a brilliant surf as well. They weren't in that top pack when they're at the top buoy, but they've surfed their way down into third place, and now they're in second place. I must say,
Thanks, Paul. Great shots here from Team Hawaii. And we talk about the precision of Tahiti and just how quicker and explosive their stroke was in the front. Now you compare that to just the flow of Team Hawaii here. It looks like they're just cruising. That stroke length is long, nice length in the stroke, good lean on the shoulders there, and they're all planting at the same time. So right now, the caller in that boat will be just saying, "We're good, boys. We're good. Stay on." I am not too sure on the personnel of this Team Hawaii. So if our Hawaiian peeps told that seat one there in C1 position for Team Hawaii is Trey from Red Bull. Apologies for that delay. Yeah, so Trey in C1. And as soon as I have the information on the rest of these hammers, I will let you know. But it looks like they're going. They found something. They are surfing upwind. There we go. Trey, Kikua, Jose, Ivan, Jack, and Chase. All those names just sound fast. So Team Hawaii here looking smooth and strong, and that's in third place at the moment. Aotearoa Team New Zealand looks like they've dropped a little bit, so they're going to have to work a little harder just to try and get up there. What would your, if you were in that boat, Jeff, in Aotearoa Team New Zealand, you were in the lead, you're now in third place. What's the, what's the strategy? What needs to be done here?
Man, I know for a fact either myself or Kingy will be absolutely screaming in there. But we always say, we talk about like being relaxed in it, but when you've worked like that and you've lost a couple of places, you just start getting frustrated, and then you start feeling the pressure and stuff, and you start looking around. Sometimes you're looking at the back of the steerer, or you're looking forward, see what's going on in the canoe. So I would, if it's myself, I'll just be changing things up, like just seeing with, I'll just start changing the stroke in the team and start changing, just see what else, because obviously what's happening out there is not really working. So I'll just be like taking gambles, or because I'd rather stay there and then just, instead of like end up losing it at the end. But like,
great shots here of Rapa Nui and Brazil. Looks like Brazil are just a tad bit stronger upwind. They're pulling away slightly from the boys here from Easter Island, Rapa Nui. Also paddling very well. And so far, we have Tahiti in 1, Hawaii closing in 2nd, Aotearoa in 3rd, New Caledonia in 4, Brazil and Rapa Nui, our top 5 in the IVF Open Men's 24-kilometer race World Championship. Beautiful shots here of Team Brazil as they also execute that long stroke. Very efficient paddling here from this Brazilian team.
Okay, going live. Here we are with New Zealand. They are sitting in third place at the moment. They are keeping a controlled race. You can look at their rate. They're keeping it smooth and keeping it strong. They're almost halfway through this race though, and they need to make up a lot of ground if they are to win this gold medal. I see they have Simon sitting in 5. I know he had a last minute emergency and he had to leave Samoa and head back to New Zealand. And he gave up his V1 spot to Bryce, who became the world champion. But Simon is back to be with his team and help them battle for a gold medal here.
Great, thanks, Paul. Yes, very, very tough out there for everybody during this race. Team New Zealand here, we see Tupuria King in seat 1, followed by Casey Nataki, Tere Moana Tere, Narada Burry in seat 4, Simon Wolfgram in 5, and Manute Mion steering this boat. All these teams are now heading up to the top mark, the top yellow mark, which is roughly 6 Ks up. And once they get there, they will turn, they will head home to crown the new world champion. But there is still a lot of race. Seems like the weather conditions have calmed down slightly since the first lap. So whether that comes into play in the second part of the race, we'll soon see. Team Rapa Nui here representing well, but it's Brazil holding strong, and they are pulling away ever so slightly. So it's going to be very interesting to see the downwind leg with the way Team Hawaii's pedaling, and don't go anywhere because they are on a mission, Team Hawaii, by the looks of it. So it'll be very interesting to see Team Tahiti and Hawaii, who comes out on top of this surf leg, because they are moving, these Hawaiian boys. Ooh, that's not far at all. That is not far at all, especially in these conditions. Tahiti and Hawaii have definitely pulled away a little from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Hawaii is definitely on the chase, though. They will be feeling good. They'll be feeling good after a great second leg here. And Jeff, how much of a lift does that give a team when they pass another team in front of them and the hunt continues?
Oh man, I can tell you from what I kind of know, these guys will be like those dogs. Their tails will be up and they'll be absolutely screaming. They're enjoying their race. They're loving it. But one thing's for sure, they're going to be smashing those beers later on tonight with their effort. And I know these Hawaiians, they like to party.
These guys look like they're having a party on the water, these Tahitians. Look at them. Maintaining that really upfront stroke rate. Very different to the Tahitian. Oh, that seat 4 just had a little slight look to the back to see how far in front they are. They must feel Hawaii's presence. And as such, it looks like they are taking up the rate a little bit. It's interesting, Jeff, to see the differences in stroke rate between Team Tahiti and Team Hawaii at this stage.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like these guys are just just kind of like controlling the race from the front. Just I think their captain or their callers just keeping an eye, making sure that they're covering everything, that nobody sneaks up on them. Just as like you said just earlier, he had a little sneaky look, and then they put on the turbo boosters just then. Just they're just trying to control the NOS so they don't run out before like the thing. You know, it's just kind of like the car races in that year. You just want to use a little bit at a time. But I know that when these Tahitian boys are going to turn around, they're just going to absolutely hammer it, because they know that Hawaii is just as good on the surface there.
Thanks, Jeff. Expert commentary there from Jeff Akui, one of our top paddlers from New Zealand. Back to Paul.
So here we are back up front with Tahiti. The conditions have definitely dropped a little bit. You can see they're not as getting as many splashes in the face as they were in that first lap. They're about 150 meters ahead of Hawaii, and it looks like Aotearoa, New Zealand, has dropped back a little bit from Hawaii. We're about 500 meters away from the turn buoy. So we're going to go up to the turn buoy. All right, here we go. Tahiti's having a little bail here. You can see seat 3 bailing the water. I've noticed that not many teams have bailed as much as they did in that first headwind that they did. They're all wanting to keep the momentum going forward.
Great, Paul. Thank you for that. There's a little battle forming here that looks like Team USA in the blue and the Cook Islands, as well as the team in red on the far side there. I'll confirm who that is in a second, but at this stage, it looks like Team Cook Islands is moving a little further ahead of Team USA. Great effort here by the boys from Rarotonga. Cookie represent. In that Cookies team, there's some very, very strong paddlers there. Andre Tu, Tucker George, Paul Martin Pittman also in there as well. We saw their culture performance the other night, and I tell you what, when they got their shirts off, the ladies were very happy. Team USA here, also in the mix. They're not lying down as well. So as Paul was saying, there's definitely less bailing from these crews as the conditions have significantly calmed down from the first leg. As we cut back to Team Tahiti representing Bora Bora, maintaining that very high stroke rate. They definitely picked up the pace. Tahiti here definitely picked up the pace. So I suspect that they are feeling that Hawaii is getting closer, which they are. So it looks like Hawaii has made up a bit of ground on Tahiti. They are in touch. So this, well, we'll start with this turn, Jeff. This turn is going to be important, followed by the surf leg, of course.
Yeah, man, I can tell you now we kind of sense why the stroke rate of the Tahitians went up, because they can feel the Hawaiians breathing down their neck. This is going to be hot. This race is going to be hot. They're going to need more water than we do in this hot office. All right, but looking at here, so there's a 30-second gap. So the Hawaiians have come up real strong. So you can see one of the boys there baiting the water because they're just they're gonna turn the boosters on because there is no lap after this lap. So this is it. They're just gonna, and knowing these Hawaiians, like Kingy knows them very well, they'll be absolutely just chucking everything at it. If there was a kitchen there, they'll rip the kitchen table out and chuck it all in their surf league. Because, and so should Aotearoa, because this is it. This is gonna be very, very hot.
Thank you, Jeff. This is Aotearoa Team New Zealand. They have lost a little bit of ground on the Hawaiians. They're coming into their turn now. So they need to pull something special out of the bag and make some ground up on this surf leg if they want to challenge for that gold medal. But at this stage, they are sitting in third with Tahiti in 1, Hawaii very closely behind in 2, Aotearoa in 3. Meanwhile, the Cook Islands boys, they still maintaining a slight lead over Team USA. It's blow for blow. The guys from the tiny nation of the Cook Islands up against the might of the USA. Great paddling from all these men. Well done. Absolute warriors. I believe the Cook Islands was helped and coached by one of their great paddlers over there, Ruben Dearlove. And shout out to Ruben. Here we are with Team Hawaii. Steerer, they're working hard. They're going to be milking every single run they can to make up that 30-second gap to Tahiti. They reach it out, conserving energy, waiting for that bump. And you'll see them accelerate when they need to go on a wave that they want to follow. Here they go. Stroke break comes up. Milking every little run. They are full of energy by the looks of it. This Hawaiian team back into the long stroke.
We've brought back up to Hawaii. We wanted to stick with them a little bit. They made a big move in that last downwind leg, so we're going to see if they can keep inching up back on Tahiti. Very close race here.
It looks like, as Paul was saying there, that Hawaii is making ground on Tahiti. So this is exciting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere because anything could happen. Remember, these are the big boys out here to play. And Hawaiian are showing exactly why they are one of the best paddling nations in the world. Tahiti also have a stake in the game. Oh, Hawaii there on a nice little bump. Looks like some of the guys there took some gels, which is very important during this race. That's a great wave there. A little bit of a splash. Great steering there by Avon. Wow, look at that. Wow. Woo.
Hang back a bit, Ian.
Team Hawaii working efficiently in this surf. Every time they're on a wave, C4's taking the opportunity to splash some water.
Can we go out wide a little bit?
Splash some water himself to cool down.
And now go up
Tahiti looks like they've picked up a few bumps as well themselves. They serve just as well. So So that's the gap there from Tahiti to Team Hawaii. Tahiti has sensed the danger from Team Hawaii, and they have responded like the champions that they are. Woo, look at that, they're on a wave. Team Tahiti there chasing every bump they can as well. Great work from our camera crews out there to capture these images. Team Tahiti there, they're in the box seat at the moment, heading down to the green marker.
Go, go, go,
We want to get to that green marker first. Here they go, chasing another bump. Alenaga, pushing again. Awesome, they're on a wave there. Now they can breathe, they can relax. Set up for the next wave. Everybody pumping its spit, and also the steer as well. So as soon as they all push, everybody pushes. Great acceleration shown here by this Tahitian team. Look at that steer as well. Look at that. He helps push on to the bump, and then he does his job. Beautiful pictures here. How blessed are we to be able to see this? Great surfing there, but they're on a wave.
Nice, boys, nice.
A little.
Go, go, go. Here we go, a little push. Push, push, push. They're listening to me yelling.
You see the push from Team Tahiti. Push. Relax. Yo. C3 there taking the time to bail to empty out as much water as they can before they get to that green pole. Lovely to see all our spectators here in beautiful Samoa enjoying the action out on the ocean and the warm breeze. This looks like Team Brazil on the home leg. Great to see these guys here representing in Samoa. I believe they also have Robert Almeida's, who was third in the V1 Open Men's in that crew. Here is Team Hawaii here on our screens now. They are in striking distance of Tahiti, so this race is far from over, and as we've seen, all it takes is a couple waves. But Team Tahiti are still in the box seat. I'm not sure how far back Team Aotearoa is, but at this stage, woo, they're right there. We do have all the action right here in our live stream here.
Slow down a little bit.
Right now, the nerves would be at a maximum level for both these teams. Hawaii's absolutely giving it all as well. Tahiti responds.
Keep a little right, Ian.
These are the big boys, ladies and gentlemen. These are the big boys. What a race. They know Hawaii's there. They know Hawaii's there. They can see them. How will Tahiti respond? What an amazing race unfolding here, and we expected nothing less. We expected nothing less from this Hawaiian team. They came to play, they bided their time, and they're in striking distance of the leaders, Tahiti. What will unfold? Woo!
A little bit closer to them if you can.
Yep, we've got looking at New Caledonia here, also on the home leg, chasing every little bump as well. They've got a very experienced team as well in there. Titu and Puyo in there, silver medalist in the V1 Open Men's. In this, I believe they got Fabian Lehantak in there as well. So a very, very experienced team, a very good team. Allez, 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 Nouvelle-Calédonie.
Going live. So here we are with Tahiti. They're in first place. We're about 1 kilometre from the turn marker, the green turn marker. Hawaii, they've been going wave for wave, but they haven't really got much closer yet. New Zealand, they're still not too far behind Hawaii. They're about 300 metres behind Hawaii. But it's impressive race, and I'm really enjoying it out here.
Thank you, Paul. So not very long to go in this race. And Tahiti now have got their second wind. It looks like they've taken their gel shots. They've faced the challenge. And they are on the home straight now. Hawaii was in touch, but it looks like Tahiti has sawn off the challenge at this time. Again, the race isn't over, but there's not much time left for these teams to move up the ladder. Team Tahiti here. Great shot there of Team Brazil, looking smooth. Another nation who's had a very good tournament here in Samoa. I never thought I'll see the day where I'll see Chileans and Brazilians in Samoa. So this is a wonderful day for me. So not long to go in this race. Jeff, your thoughts so far on this Tahitian team?
Well, as expected, you know, they're looking strong. They controlled the race from the start, and you know, they were just kind of like just covering everyone. And I would say there's probably like 10 minutes or even less to go to the finish line, and they're looking comfortable. So the race is living up to expectation. You know, like we told a lot of you guys that it's gonna come down to the crunch, and yeah, the boys here they're looking strong. They're looking smooth. They look like they're just getting ready to celebrate. I think their Uncle Ronald there, sitting up there, having all his tolas. Or the new town from Tahiti, Ronald and Aldo. I can see you guys out there. Make sure you keep those beers cold for the boys, because there's gonna be a big party on with Tahiti, and Yoram will be happy because these are his boys from Bora Bora. So shout out to him, and then get ready for the finale. It's coming up. They should be coming up to that marker soon, and everybody go out there, get ready to support your teams coming in. Give them a little extra boost for the finish, and and I'll start getting the tables ready for you guys.
Thanks, Jeff. As we cut back to Team Tahiti there, looking effortless on that wave. And then Hawaii just manages to close the gap again. What a valiant effort. These guys aren't lying down. These guys aren't letting go just yet.
That's good.
So it looks like they made a bit of ground there in the last few minutes of this race. They are running out of time though. So Tahiti has the advantage.
We'll just stay behind and we'll come.
Team Brazil, still surfing amazing. Obrigado, Team Brazil, for these beautiful pictures you're giving us. As we cut back to Hawaii, just when we thought that maybe Tahiti had this in the bag, Team Hawaii has other ideas. They're sneaking up on the inside there. Now the question is, do they have enough time to close that gap? Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, because these Hawaiian boys, as we've seen, Justin is saying that, Tahiti jumps on a wave and they put a little bit more ground on Hawaii. There's the government building up there. The finish line is just in front. So Hawaii will know this, and they're right there. See through there's looking for the bailer by the looks of it, but there you go. Here's the green pole. This is the last turn. So it's going to come down to an almighty sprint with Tahiti with a head start. So here we go. What does Hawaii do here? We did see earlier in the Masters 60s race, the competitor from Tahiti finished on the left-hand side of the course. So is that an option for Hawaii? Is that an option for Hawaii to do that? Tahiti there are aiming for the finish line now. This is the finish line, guys. And Hawaii just there. Oh my goodness. 24 kilometers, and it comes down to the last straight. It's blow for blow. This is the World Championships IVF distance in Samoa. Tahiti in 1, Team Hawaii in 2. An absolute nail biter we have here, ladies and gentlemen. They'll be screaming in Tahiti. They'll be doing the same in Hawaii, cheering on their boys. This is the last straight. Team Hawaii hanging in there, but Tahiti at this stage have the edge. Wonderful steering there from that young steerer. This is a brave effort from this Hawaiian team. Oh, Team Tahiti's just there. Can they hang on? They're chasing a bump. And Hawaii's coming right back. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, where's our cold drink?
Where do they come from? Where did this Hawaiian team come from? We thought they were gone, but they're right here. Tahiti responds. Tahiti, Hawaii, Hawaii. Oh my goodness. This is for the right to be called world champion for 2 years. Until the next one. But at this stage, Team Hawaii is pushing hard. Look at these warriors go. They can see Tahiti just in front of them, and they're not letting go. Oh, wow. How blessed are we? How great is this to watch this unfold? Woohoo! Oh, they're right there. Oh, my goodness. Team Tahiti has sensed the danger. They're upping their stroke rate also. This is kind of a side wind, so it's not directly downwind. You see the steerers, they're poking on that right-hand side, which tells me that the canoe is tracking left. So this is where the power comes into play, Jeff.
Oh, definitely this side when these guys will be absolutely emptying the tank. These Hawaiian guys got a little bit longer stroke. They're dragging a little bit more back, but the Tahitians is like just picking up their rate a little bit. I'm not too sure if that's what was the best strategy for this strong, because the wind looked like it's quite strong side wind. But these guys, it just is so close. It's just gonna come down to the end. I feel for these guys because after 23.6699769 kilometers, they're just coming down to where they're just gonna pop their eyeballs.
I'm popping my eyeballs looking at this screen, Jeff. So these are the final closing stages of the 24-kilometer race between all the men, all the open men's from these nations. 16 of them, in fact, out on the ocean today. And after 23 point something Ks, it comes down to these two champion teams. Tahiti in the lead, followed closely behind by Hawaii. What a brave effort from these Tahitian boys, representing the proud nation of our French Polynesia there. But Hawaii are still in the hunt. Team Aotearoa, New Zealand, they're a further distance back. So this looks like your top three at this stage. It looks like Team Aotearoa, New Zealand in third, Tahiti in one, and Hawaii close behind in two.
I tell you right now, all the Tahitians, if you're not out there on the water, just on the waterfront right there, and the Hawaiians, you got to give these warriors a little bit of push. Sorry, my voice is a little bit gone because nobody bought our cold drink for this cold room. And but get out there, give these guys that little bit of push, and then and get that taula ready for these boys, man. Hawaii is looking strong.
As Jeff said, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, get on the side of the ocean, there on the seawall, and cheer these boys home. What a finish. It looks like we've got an issue. We've got an issue with one of the Tahitian paddlers. Something has happened there on that Tahitian boat. On the seat, the whahoro, the seat one. It looks like he's in trouble. And so scenes unfolding here, but we're back to the race. Can Team Tahiti hold on? Can Team Tahiti hold on? Team Hawaii is closing in fast. What's happening here? What are we seeing? Team Hawaii, Team Tahiti, Team Hawaii, Team Tahiti. Ale Tahiti, let's go Hawaii, let's go Tahiti. Hawaii is pushing to the end. There is a bit of trouble with one of the paddlers from Tahiti, and Hawaii has taken the advantage. Hawaii has pulled ahead of Tahiti. Team Tahiti has dropped back into second. They've had an issue with one of their paddlers. So Team Hawaii now have taken first place. What a race. We're coming up to the finish line here. This is amazing scenes here and up here at the IVF World Champs. We are at the home straight. We should be seeing the yellow finish boys soon, but it looks like Team Hawaii has come from the depths to snatch the victory from Team Tahiti. Get on your feet for the 2023 World Champions, Team Hawaii. Some beautiful images here of Team Hawaii as they cross first, and our concerns go out to our brother there in that Tahitian team. It looked like he was in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of strife, but you know, this is what the game is. These guys put their bodies, these guys put their absolute all into this race, into this event, and hopefully that he's okay. And then coming in third place there, Team Aotearoa, New Zealand, with a strong finish. Kia kaha, Aotearoa, bronze medalist at the 2023 World Championships. Well done, Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Oh, it was an amazing race today from these warriors. Just want to send out some thoughts of see. Hopefully, our brother there, Whaoro for Tahiti, is okay. But it looks like but we don't want to take that away from Hawaii and the other guys that's out there. It's awesome from the team Hawaii. They, you know, these guys have they just push every day. It's not the first time it happens. These guys will just go until their body just can't give up. But congrats to Hawaii. They paddle for themselves for what's happening back at home. And all the supporters here. I hope everyone's okay and well.
Can you guys hear us? Just be with us. All right, we are here with Team Hawaii, gold medal in the 2023 World Championships. How was that race? Explain it a little bit.
It was rough. It's kind of hard off the start. Everything kind of went hard out the hole, and we were taking on a bunch of water. I'm sure a lot of us were, but we just stayed calm. So everybody kind of pushed. We were just waiting, tried not to panic, and then made our move when we thought we felt good. Both night, to make a move.
Yeah, we noticed you had a really good surf leg in that first one, so we had our eye on you for that second one. And so, yeah, we thought you might catch up. And right at the end, you guys got a few more boat lengths just at the end. And then that last section, you just kept inching up. It was really good. How was were you feeling the heat? How was your nutrition? You run out of fluids at all?
I think we all planned pretty good. We've been doing it for a while, so I think we all planned pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, well done. World champions.
Yes, thank you. Always.
Amazing scenes here at the IVF 2023 World Championships. Team Hawaii 2023 champions. Team Tahiti in second place. Our thoughts are with their young paddler there. We hope he's pulling through and he's feeling better and he's got the help around him. But this is the sport that we are in. You put your body into such stressful situation. So what a warrior. Absolute warrior these guys are. And in third place, Team Aotearoa New Zealand. So congratulations to all those podium getters. Absolute honor and privilege to call that race. As I look at our champion Team Tahiti there. This is Aotearoa New Zealand, just recuperating after a tough day at the office. Kingy, what are your thoughts on that? There's so much to unpack there.
La Waimé de Bora, 95 km en Downwind. Est-ce que les conditions ici étaient favorables pour vous? Vraiment bravo en tout cas. Est-ce que vous voulez remercier les
Apologies for that. Our audio is not working as we thought it would. We'll try again if we can get a chance to listen to our Tahitian brothers. I believe that in fourth place, as we held, was New Caledonia, and Brazil in fifth place. They were battling there with Rapa Nui for a bit, but looks like they crossing the line now. Rapa Nui, they had a great effort as well. Great race from Rapa Nui. Congratulations, guys. Absolute warriors. So as we await the finish of the other crews coming in, we've already had our top 6 cross the line. We'll have an updated list for you shortly. This looks like our Cook Island brothers coming in to finish the race. Wonderful work. You can see effort has gone into this race. Congratulations, gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful racing out there. And you can see just how much it takes out of your race like this. So it's a true testament to the hard work, determination, and dedication of all these crews. Thank you for putting on such an amazing, amazing race for us to call. Absolute champion racing today. And that's where we're going to end our coverage for the V6 Open Men's 24-kilometer race with Team Hawaii in first place, second Tahiti, and in third place Team Aotearoa, New Zealand. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Whawhitai lava, ia manuia.